What is up, all my fellow operatives? My name is Taft Taylor. You might know me as the Nemesis, James Taylor, and this is the newest episode of the Nemesis Sessions. And my guest tonight is none other than ROEW superstar, the good guy himself, Mr. CJ Black. CJ, welcome finally to the Nemesis Sessions. I know I had to pay a pretty penny to get your ass on here, but nonetheless, I'm happy to have you here, sir. How are you today?
I'm still waiting on that payment to go through, but I trust you.
Hey, you gave me a PayPal account, and I did the best I could with the little email you gave me.
It's it's going pretty good though. I think I'm gonna try to be a little more respectful than usual. I'm gonna try to be. God, this sucks. I'm gonna try to be me. Ooh,
Hey, that is absolutely fine. Well, let's just start it off and make it real simple. We're here to just have fun, talk some wrestling. Who is, because all the world's going to want to know, especially the people on this platform. By the way, nothing to brag about, but it's really about you. But you're now on a platform with 40,000 subscribers plus, and they all want to know who is the good guy, CJ Black.
He's a guy that wants to leave behind a better legacy than he did when he was younger. That's the best way to put it.
Now, talk about that. What do you mean that he was? Let's go back to when you were younger. Go ahead. Let's start right there.
So, ROEW back in its day was me versus my brother, just over and over. We couldn't find anybody else. But it was my thing. It was the only thing I really liked doing as a hobby was wrestling. And I feel like I didn't give all that I could to, backyard wrestling, basically. Right. So I decided to give it another go. And I think I've proved that I'm a hell of a lot better than I was. I mean, I don't want to be too cocky, but
hey, there's nothing wrong with being a little bit cocky. That's understandable, dude. You got to do what you got to do. So when did you first get into the business? Like, obviously, you've been a fan your whole life or most of your life. Like I started in the late 90s. When did you get your first start? When did you say, you know what, I want to go out there and I want to try that?
Officially, it was probably, I want to say 2007, and like at an 8th grade lunch table, and we were all just shooting the shit, like, oh, we should do, like, it wasn't one of those stories where like we were watching backyard wrestling and like we should do backyard wrestling. It was like, oh, we like wrestling, let's start our own little company and upload it to YouTube. And that was like 15 people that was supposed to join, and real quick that turned into like 5, and then even faster that turned into me and my brother. So
really? Wow. So I'm glad you said that you said we didn't call it backyard wrestling. We just said, hey, we want to start wrestling,
I don't think any of us realized backyard wrestling was a thing back then. Like, honestly, we were kids and we just wanted to wrestle.
We got somebody coming in here, Howdy Brothers, PayPal, LOL. And then the good guy needs to show he's in charge. Yell it.
I can't yell right now, man. I just can't yell right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he can't yell right now. We got the AWL heavyweight champion, ADT. Like old Kid Rock said, it ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you can back it up. Well, I don't know if he said it exactly like that, but, and then TBW, say, hey, what's up, TBW? So we already got some audience members in here, got the little bit of comments. They already are aware that you are here live and ready to go, Mr. CJ. So this might sound dumb, but a lot of people don't know that are on this platform. They want to know what does ROEW stand for, and when did it first come about? Was it right when you started the wrestling thing? Is that when ROEW came about?
That's funny that you asked that, because literally nobody's asked that since we started. So I'm like, when's that question coming? But
it is.
When we first started it, like I said, in 2007, we live in a city called Royal Oak at the time. So we started something called ROWE, Royal Oak Wrestling Entertainment. And then after everybody pretty much left and it was down to like the 5 of us, my friend was like, let's change it up to Ring of Extreme Wrestling. So that's what it ended up being, ROEW, Ring of Extreme Wrestling. Is it that extreme now? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But we stuck with it.
Ring of Extreme Wrestling. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, you think about it, it's got the ROEW. That makes sense.
Hey, if it's cool, then credit me for it. I did it. I came up
with it. And everybody that's watching, I will put a link down to ROEW in the description below, and you can check them out later. Be sure to go give them a sub and a follow, and check out Mr. CJ Black. And going against all the people that seem to come on there. I just noticed, and in character advocate don't matter. You had the IMF boys up there. They're no stranger to the Nemesis sessions. Soldier and
Hey,
Mr.
good
Omen Black.
guys. Good guys.
Good guys. That's right.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. You got the good guys. Let's go to the current time and what brought them into play. How did you get in contact with these guys, and what was it like having them there? I mean, did y'all do a lot of training that day? Did you welcome them in with open arms?
There's a lot of
Describe
funny
the
stories
situation with that.
So when me and Jason Storm had our first match last November to basically relaunch ROEW, I believe they commented IMF on our video, like, I don't know, something like "come try that in IMF" or something like that. I don't remember. But I was like, I don't know who any of these guys are. I just restarted Backyard Wrestling. I don't know a thing about who's doing what. So I just kind of ignored it. I was like, yeah, Jason might come to you, but I don't know. And then we put that off kind of, and then I think they commented on Tom Bryce's show, good old Sports Wire.
Yep.
Shout out Tom Bryce. And then from there, I think I ended up messaging Omen, or he messaged me or some shit. We went back and forth, and then eventually it was like, all right, you know what? You guys want to come on down. When they got here, if anybody watched on my Instagram, I did that like video package to Tom Bryce calling him out, and I had the wheelchair. Did you watch that?
I did.
Okay.
I did. That was
so that was fresh off of that. So when they got here, their long ass road trip, they pull up. I'm still in the wheelchair. I roll up to their car. I make them shake my hand in the wheelchair. I don't think their ladies thought I was cool. They probably thought I was a dumbass, but hey, it was fun.
They're ladies.
I was like, guys, I can't get up. Shake my hand in the chair.
Oh man, you were totally living in the moment during that time, weren't you? Hey, but you see, I heard a thing that the Undertaker said recently on a little podcast or a little interview he had, and he was saying that wrestling back in the day when they started and when they were living it, like he was one of those characters that you don't break kayfabe, and like 90% of the time he was kayfabe. And now you look at the guys today, they're kayfabe in the ring and when they're on screen, but then as soon as the show's over, they're on social media, they're doing this, they're doing that. It's like, come on, give it a little character, work it a little bit more. But it's I guess it's today's system. It's the way it works.
Well, see, now if you stay in character now, people want to cancel you and think you're an asshole. So it's like, maybe sometimes I need to chill. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, hey, maybe this is the show for you to do that, to just show the world.
Just shooting the shit and telling my story.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
If anything, it's literally that CJ Black knows how to work the kayfabe system that a lot of these younger guys just don't get it. It's like they still don't get it. Some people like me, I'm living myself, and it's like if I go into character mode, I'm kind of already in character mode because this is just how I live my everyday life, except for the real loud dad voice that I put on. You know what I mean?
See, here's what I take Jim Cornette's advice, and people don't like him. Some people do. I'm a Jim Cornette guy. All right, whatever. But his advice.
Hey, I am too. I like him.
See, that's what I'm talking. Maybe it's an older guy thing. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But no offense. His advice for a heel is basically lie, be egotistical, exaggerate, and piss people off. It's that simple.
That's like,
and I roll with it.
That's working the system. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Dark Cryptic Wrestler saying CJ is one of the greats in the backyard. There you go. Atomic Freaking Titan saying Cornette is good with a big thumbs up. So
I agree.
You got some people that are agreeing with you for sure.
If I could say one more thing about that, actually.
Go for it. Anything.
So when me and Jason did have that first match, I literally had Jim Cornette in mind for this match, as far as trying to make things, structured, more realistic.
Now, this is your first match you're talking about.
The one when we just came back in November, not like back in the day when I was doing our.
Okay, we'll get to that one then. But go ahead, continue. Yeah.
It's just basically like, I wanted to put it together where the match would make sense, where we were, for the most part, doing things the correct way. So if somebody, not that he would, but if somebody like him or someone that's trained would watch it, they'd be like, wow, these guys are backyard wrestlers. Like, they're not bad for backyard wrestlers. So basically it.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, that's kind of around when I found y'all was around, I guess, when y'all came back, because I saw a glimpse of an old, I guess it was from your Titantron, because I like your theme song, by the way. Not to blow smoke or nothing, but I see you come out and I'm watching the clip of your Titantron and showing, watching the slow motion of you outside doing your little move and doing all that stuff. And I'm just so like, okay, he's a backyard wrestler. And then y'all had your transition in that garage wherever with the mat. And then you transitioned to the ring. I only watched like 2 matches with the mat because I was like, okay, they just don't have a ring, but they know what they're doing. I see what they're doing. They're getting physical and they're not holding back. I like that.
Yeah.
Then you got the ring, and
let's open things up. That opened things up, didn't it?
Yes. I love it. When you got that ring, what was that like? When you finally got it, it arrived. You went to put it up together. What was all that like?
Dude, that's like literally all I wanted my whole life was to step inside a ring, and now we got one. It's like, ooh, the kid in me is so happy. Yeah. Man, when the truck got here, I couldn't wait. I was like, get that shit off the truck, let's go.
You were ready right then and there, weren't you?
First time I hit the ropes, I was like, this feels like home.
I know. It's like, even though I've never been in it, it was like that for my first time in the ring. The very first time I ever stepped in a ring, I was like, I instantly felt like I was meant to be there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I got in it. I hit the ropes. I'm just like, this is so much better than a trampoline. This is so much better than the damn ground.
That base that we made in the garage that you're talking about,
yeah,
it was tires, and it had a wooden frame, like 2x4s going across, and then plywood on top. And there was like a box spring thing in the middle to give it that like little bit of give that you expect in a ring. And I can say I'm pretty proud of myself. It felt pretty close to a ring. It was a little softer, but it was pretty close. So that
TBW's ring was a makeshift ring before they got the one that they got now. And it was
tires and pallets, right?
It was tires and then a set of pallets and then like some plywood right on top. And then they had a whole bunch of cushion.
So they just had carpet padding.
Yes, exactly.
Cheap carpet padding from Home Depot. Whew.
So the fun thing, when they got the ring that they have now, Resurrection Wrestling had that, and I wrestled in that ring with Anthony Steele before TBW got it. And if you watch that match that I had, that second match with Anthony, that mat was solid and hard as shit. And pow, pow, and it hurt.
Not anymore. I'm jealous.
I loved it. Yeah. So when TBW got it, I said, y'all need to take y'all's mat and put it on top of this mat. And now that it's like heaven in that ring. Like,
yeah, I want to go sleep on it. It looks. I'm honestly jealous of it. I'm like, how do I get my ring like that?
Double mat, dude. Double mat it and tie it down as hard as you can. Boom, you'll be made. I promise you.
Because I mean, you wrestle in different rings. That shit don't feel good.
No, it don't.
People assume that it probably does. It does not feel good.
No, not when you hit a ring that barely has any padding. That shit hurts. But I did learn to take bumps on a solid ground before I ever did it in a ring. So that's why whenever I do get in a ring, bumps don't bother me.
See, I don't know how much of my previous stuff you saw. I was also bumping on the ground, which is probably why I got back problems, neck problems now. So I don't recommend that.
No, yeah. Anybody listening or watching, don't do it. But
taking snap suplexes on the ground.
I know it. If you watched any of my old stuff, I'm sure you saw what I did. I was taking
you did some crazy shit.
Yeah,
but those were different times too.
Yes, sir, it was. Yes,
parents ain't letting that happen anymore.
No, my mom always wanted to kill me every time I did. What the hell are you doing? Get your ass in here.
That's probably why my mom got us a trampoline eventually.
Yep.
But I don't miss wrestling on a trampoline. I look back at it now, I'm like, oh, good God.
Well, let's rewind a little bit and go back to when y'all are sitting there and you're like, hey, we should all get together and do some wrestling. And then put it on YouTube. So you get your camera. Did y'all use a phone then, or did y'all have an actual legit camera? And what was it like going into your first match, knowing that there's a camera on you? What were your feelings going through that?
Okay, so listen, before that even happened, me and my brother C Money, that's my actual brother.
Yeah.
we've always been into wrestling because our dad has always, been into wrestling too. So
Right.
I made a promo that's basically saying that, I've been watching since birth, and it's true because my dad watched in the hospital room. It was all true. Um, but basically, I think it was around 2000 or 2001. Um, my brother would come over because we're half brothers. He'd come over, and I had two VHS tapes we'd always watch: Over the Edge '98 and Survivor Series '97.
I love Over the Edge '98.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
one.
that was a big inspiration for our names at the time because I was the King and he was the Crusher. And in that pay-per-view, it was in Milwaukee, and the King and the local guy, the Crusher, they were like going at it in a segment. So
Man.
before we even started ROEW, me and him were always wrestling as the King and the Crusher. Like that was our thing. But fast forward to like what you're saying, 2007, the camera, whatever. It was me and my friend. We weren't taking it that serious. I think he just had like a shitty camera on a tripod, and it was like, let's just go out there and have fun. Like it's still on YouTube, and I'll go back every once in a while and watch, and it's like, oh my god, what was I doing? It's so embarrassing. Like everything about it, not good.
Not good at all, huh?
No,
You need to send me a link. I'd like to check that out.
I don't know. You might have to pay for that one.
All right, I'll pay for it if I have to.
Once this other PayPal goes through, maybe you can send me more. I don't know.
So I know we've talked off camera a few times about things like this because, see, there's a difference between a lot of these younger guys that do this now compared to the ones that really have the passion for it. Like you could tell you got a passion for it, you got the heart for it. Some of these guys just want to do it just because they just want to, like, look at me, look what I could do, even though they really don't have the passion for it. But guys who do have the passion, like you and me, and get to the point, is we're students of the game. And I hear that you're basically like a student of the game. Tell me about the training that you like to do. Do you sit there and criticize yourself when you watch a match back after doing one? Are you excited to watch it? Do you cringe? Do you sit there and say, okay, I like this, but I'm ready to do that? Or what? Tell us about that.
I mean, that kind of goes back to also, I've been watching wrestling my whole life. So I wasn't just watching as a fan. I was like studying it and picking up the way they're doing things.
Mhm.
Like they're kind of like their timing too. Like, oh, the dude's in a headlock. He's getting up. Oh, the crowd's not really feeling it yet. He's going back down. All right. Oh, now they're coming alive. So stuff like that. But then also my original plan as soon as I graduated high school was to go to wrestling school. So my mom supported my dream. She got me some actually homeschool DVDs from a school in Georgia. I think it was WWA 4.
Oh, I know about them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they had homeschool DVDs. It was like Elix Skipper teaching or something like that, from what I remember.
A guy
And
from WWF called Mr. Hughes created that.
yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And he wrestled the Undertaker and stuff back in the early 90s.
There you go. But yeah, so I was probably about 16 or 17 watching those homeschooling DVDs. So I had an idea of, like, he was teaching how to run the ropes and stuff, which is stuff I didn't need to know yet, but hey, it came in handy now.
Yeah.
As far as watching my stuff back, like I'll have a match and I have it in my head, like the structure that I want to go on. And usually I can tell, like, damn, that had to have looked good. And then you'll watch and you're like, it's either damn or God, I could have done that better.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
like, I want the perfect match, honestly. And everybody says that, and you're just going to keep chasing it. So maybe I won't be done till I, feel happy enough, but I don't know.
You're a perfectionist in the ring, aren't you?
I am, because I feel like I can always do something better.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal for a guy who really enjoys what he's doing in that ring. I'm the same way. You watch back any of my matches, I had that vision in my head, but then, I still critique myself and say, God, I should have got up faster. I should have did that move differently. I should have took that different. I should have sold it this way,
Yeah. Like,
I know what you mean.
Like, basically to call myself out too, like, screw it. Like, my leg drops used to be so good, and I watch them now and I'm just like, I can do better. Come on. Like, I try protecting people too much, because, like, I have this reputation where people think I'm good and I put too much pressure on myself. And I'm like, if you hurt somebody, they're not going to think you're good anymore. I just got to fuck someone up, basically. Sorry for swearing, but that's what I got.
Don't be.
Lay it in, Chris.
This is a rated M podcast, so you're good.
Let's go.
Dude, sometimes don't worry about hurting somebody. Okay, like if me and you ever got in the ring, I it's just like in the real wrestling business. You know what you're going to do it, because I don't want anybody to hold back on me, but it'd be just like I'd expect you to do to me what I would do to you. And that would be, we just do our match. If you start slugging me, okay, I know you're getting it. But if you start hitting me so many times, all right, it's time for a receipt. Back the same way. If I start throwing slugs at you, and do the same to me. Give me a receipt. It ain't going to bother me. Like, okay, I fucked up.
I keep all those receipts too for tax time. So that's perfect. I'll take it.
There you go. But sometimes that physicality, if you're worried about hurting them, I mean, if it's a simple move like a leg drop, you ain't going to kill them. Sometimes that reaction.
That's just my thing. It's me overthinking, and like I know I can do it better, so I'm gonna do it better. So the next person that catches a leg drop, good night.
There you go.
It's been nice knowing you.
You should do like a scoop slam and do like a D'Lo Brown.
That's kind of what I do. I do the scoop slam and then I run into the ropes and come back, do it's like a Bret Hart style leg drop, like a quick little snap.
Yeah, that quick snap leg drop. Yeah. I always liked that leg drop.
Exactly. And he's so damn perfect. It's like I can't match that, but I'll try.
Hey, practice makes perfect. The more you do it. So I know you've seen mine. You know, I want to talk about your finish, but obviously I've got the stunner. But that goes back to what we were talking about. You watch it. You study how the moves are done. I've been credited by people that I've got the best stunner in the backyard. I only aimed, and I still to this day, I don't want it to look like Kevin Owens. I never did. But even before Kevin Owens, I even heard of him. Back in the early 2000s, my goal was to do it literally like what Austin does. Arching the back, jumping, and landing.
Yeah, that's the important part. You got to jump into him a little bit, too.
Yeah, I hate how he's like kick and then he just drops. Okay, it's his own thing, but it's just, come on. But your move, what is your finish called, and what made you come up with that as your finish?
So it's called the Lights Out. Yep. I think that's a hell of a name. I had some different names chosen too, but I don't know. We ran it through creative, and everyone's like, I don't know. I had Black to the Future. I thought that was kind of cool, but whatever.
Black to the Future.
Let's see. I did the move for the first time in 2011, and it was probably after watching. I don't know if you know him, Matt DeMorest. He was a popular backyard wrestler back then.
I think I've heard of him, but
I'm sure I watched one of his highlight videos and saw it, and then I did it, and it was like I just rolled with it. And now I kind of like, most of the time I've mastered it. Like, it looks pretty damn believable. It's a little different than he used to do, but I like mine a little better. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Well,
I would like to wrestle him too. He was good.
There you go. So throughout your career, you've had obviously quite a few matches, I'm sure, only with certain individuals, and I get that. But of all your matches you've had so far up to this time, what would you say has been your favorite 3 matches in your career that you could think of? Okay, even if it's not 3, you could just do 1. It's totally up to you.
Let's try thinking of 3. Let's see. I gotta shout out my brother, C Money. I don't know which one I want to put here. The one we had at Weekend Warfare, our first big show, that was a lot of ring psychology involved, and I'm proud of that because you don't see that a lot in backyard wrestling where somebody, basically takes a leg injury or whatever and sells it the whole match and have it affect everything that he's doing. And I wanted to do that. And so it's either that one between him or a rematch, but I'm going to go Weekend Warfare. So that one, I'm a fan of me versus Jason Storm, like I said on his show. The second one, I wish it was in the ring because, like you said, it's kind of weird on a base. Like I'll be honest too, it's weird.
It is, but sometimes even those matches, like my favorite match was that one I made highlights of on Instagram where I'm on the ground with that dude Nick and I'm bleeding everywhere. That's like one of my ultimate favorite matches in my career, and I lost the match too.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens, I feel it. But as far as that match, though, like we started off hot. I was the heel. He came out the curtain, do his taunt, and I elbow him in the back of the head. And then we just get going, punching, teasing the suplex on the concrete. And they're like, whoa, don't do that. Stupid ass commentators want me to suplex. I'm like, come on.
What's he thinking?
Then I'm choking him. I'm hitting him with those Ric Flair punches. And I don't know, it's just a good match. I loved it. A third one, that's going to be tough. Maybe just because it was fun, I'm going to say either the tag match, because it was the first tag match I ever did. It was me and Delta versus my brother and Jason,
Oh
C Money
yeah,
and Jason Storm. The 6-man tag was kind of fun too. It was just a little too clunky for me, if I'm being real, because there's a lot of people.
a lot of people in that little room, huh?
Yeah. But hey, funny story in that match, I almost puked like legit. I don't know if you saw that part. I was in the baby face corner,
Yeah.
and good old Jason Storm lays those boots in pretty heavy in the stomach, caught me real good. That and just the smell of all the sweat, the manly men sweating everywhere. I was just
Oh damn,
I almost hurled everywhere. I'm like, hold it in.
You probably got a hint of BO somewhere.
I don't know, man. I mean, it was rough.
Some swamp ass or some shit.
Hey, we can blame Captain Law for that. Captain Law, swamp ass. No, calm down.
Oh my
Don't send me hate
god.
mail.
Maybe. Have y'all thought about extending, making? I mean, it costs money, obviously, but extending the building, or maybe going outside and putting something out there, or make a bigger arena type area for y'all.
I mean, neither one of
You got
those
any
are really an
plans for
option
that?
because I mean, it's not my house, like legit, so I definitely can't build onto it. But also the whole backyard thing, the city is so strict with the way they do things, and they'll write you up for anything. So I'm not chancing that.
Understandable.
Especially insurance too. They see a wrestling ring in their backyard, and it's like, ooh,
What the
gotcha.
hell is that?
I think the neighbors jumping in. No
Soldier told me after they went up there, he said that part where he's hung up in the ropes, he loved it right there because that air conditioner or something is right there.
Yeah, no, that's the best part. We got AC and heat.
Y'all got an AC pumping down on y'all while y'all are wrestling.
Yep.
Y'all are spoiled.
I know. It still gets sweaty though. Ask everyone that was in that match. We were all dripping sweat. It was still rough. Like, yeah, right in front, it's like, ooh, thank you.
Yeah. It's like, I want to go over here real quick. Here, hit me over here.
Let's do a spot in this spot only right here.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a 16 by 16 ring or 18 by 18?
It's just 14 by 14. 16 would
14.
take up the whole garage, yeah.
Damn. The TBW ring is a 16 by 16. So if you ever get a chance to step in there, you'll get an idea what that's like.
Take a nap in it, no doubt.
Let's talk about that break that y'all took. So you started in 2007. Y'all went for a little while. How long was the break? When did y'all go on the break? And what was the reason behind that, if you could tell us? And what made you finally come back?
So let's see. 2013, I was on the verge of going to wrestling school. That was my plan, anyways. And then we had our last match, 2013. And then for whatever reason, I didn't end up going right away. 2014 came around, and we had that was literally supposed to be our last match. I did the whole, hype package and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I think that's when I broke my ankle. Like legit, I broke my ankle. I got a plate and 7 screws in it. Not many people know that. Don't use that against me in the match. Oh, I'll kill you.
I'll get a steel chair after.
Oh God. So 2014, I break my ankle, and obviously I love wrestling. I'm missing it. 2015 rolls around, and it's still just me and my brother. I'm like, dude, come on. At this point, I have to beg him to have matches. Like, he's done with wrestling.
Yeah.
But he does. He has one more match with me. And we're like midway through this match that we're recording, and it's just like, we didn't have it anymore, it seemed like. So we're just like, we'll just do highlights. Screw it. So we just did a highlight video. And then that's one of the reasons why I'm like, dude, I can do so much better than this. Like, I'm so disappointed with that shit.
Damn.
That's why I came back. We did the November match, me and Jason. It was a full match, structured perfect in my opinion, but it was good. It felt good too.
How did you get Jason involved?
Met him through work. When people like wrestling, I automatically like want to show off my old stuff, because if I show them some highlights, it's like, hey, wow, you're actually pretty good for kids. Like, yeah, thank you. I know. But I definitely showed him. And I think in my mind, I kind of wanted him to be like, let's do this, because I just want to wrestle so bad. Like, it's my major passion.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it makes you happy when you're in there doing it,
Yeah. So I don't remember how the talk got started, but I ended up doing some back in the day, there was like a 3-way war with the kids that were backyard wrestling. It was our company, another one, Alabama. Shout out to Alabama again. HCW. That's where my cousin ADT was from too. He wrestled in HCW.
Okay.
And then somebody else in Ohio, but they're irrelevant. But There was a dude from HCW. His name was Hillbilly Tilly. You probably just saw him on Tom's show.
I did.
And we still kept in touch after we both stopped wrestling, and we both had the itch. It was like, oh, I miss wrestling, me too. So we're kind of like, well, why don't you come up here and we'll put together a nice hype video. We'll do some promos. We'll have a match, one last send off. And that was the plan. And he ended up bailing and like ghosting me, not answering my messages. So I'm like, man, I made a nice ass promo and everything. Showed Jason, and I think that's when he volunteered, like, hey, I'll do it. So
damn,
let's go.
And then you got him in there, and then that's how that happened. And that there you go.
A funny story about that, real quick.
Yeah.
He came over for the first time talking about, oh, I could take a bump on the ground, and I guess he's never actually taken a bump before. And he tries it, and he got pretty close. There's a little bit of like an ass bump. Yeah. And then I was like, well, now I got to show him up, and he better not lie about this. He better vouch for me. I did a good ass bump, flat back on the ground, and I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, especially if you haven't done it in a minute. Yeah, it don't feel good.
That's when I figured out, hey, let's build a base. All right.
Before I went to TBW, I came out of wrestling, or I came out of retirement and got back into backyard wrestling in 2021. But before then, we had a big ice storm 2 years before that in 2019 here. And I was outside, and I was moving something, and I slipped, and it's like natural instinct. I just took a bump, and I was like, man, I ain't done that forever. That kind of felt good.
That saved my life too.
And I did it like 3 times, and I was like, man, I want to wrestle.
you said, I like that. Let me do it again.
Yeah.
That saved my life too. Once I was slipping on the ice, I was taking out trash, slipped on the ice, flat back bump, tuck the chin, let's go.
Yeah, I know. It gets you hyped up. DKW says, I'm the same way, CJ, when it comes to protecting my opponents. And then Titan says, UWA never had heat or air. Laugh my ass off. It would be either hot as heck or so cold in that garage. I don't know if you've watched UWA.
Sucks to be you. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I've seen their ring. Their ring looks like freaking concrete. I mean, it's
I got the same ring as them from I think it was from Monster Ring and Cages.
Really?
Well, it was their suggestion. I was like, all right, you guys got the 14 too? All right, let's do it. So I think it's the same ring.
Well, you can make yours better, dude. Just go on over to Home Depot or Lowe's or something and go get you that carpet, extra matting, like make sure it's extra thick. Get the tarp thing or whatever and put it on top. You'll be in heaven, I promise.
Hell, I'm already used to it at this point. I don't care. It feels like heaven already.
Okay. And then that day you come to a TBW ring or a ring, something like that, and you take your first couple of bumps, you're going to be like, I don't want to go back to my ring.
I mean, I could see, yeah, no doubt. But I don't know. I'm used to it at this point, so.
Yeah. Okay, so let's spice it up a little bit. So you obviously super big fan, and you've had struggles with trying to get people to wrestle you. You just want to get in the damn ring and beat somebody up and then beat you up. I don't know about you. Like, one of my favorite things to do is selling. I love to sell. I love to make my opponent look like $1 million the best that I can. There you go, AWL heavyweight champion. He said ROEW coming back made me get that itch to come back.
That's very true. And I like to shout them out, actually, because he was messaging me before they started back up, and I was giving him all the advice I could, basically to try to be like we do, like, you know, work the left side, do it, try to be like a pro, man, stick out. And from week 1, if you go back and watch their stuff to the last thing they just did, it's like night and day. It's just nuts. Like, they listen. I like it. That's
really cool. Tom McTitan said, wait, y'all are cousins? Are y'all cousins?
Me and ADT, yeah.
He said, yeah, that's cool. So there it is. So I didn't really even know that until you just said it. So that is pretty neat. It's a fun little story.
Yeah, well, your
cousin don't want to fight me. I don't know what I did wrong. He likes me, but he won't let me come and have a match with him. I thought it'd be really neat. I could wrestle one half of the CJ Black crew. How about that?
I wouldn't go that far, but
hey. Oh, looks like you got a friend in here. Good old buddy. He's saying,
this shit's
bro,
sexy. What are you talking about?
He said, bro, what are you wearing? Bro, what are you wearing? And then he's wearing a shirt. He said he's wearing a shirt you can't afford, Storm.
Damn right. See, this man understands fashion. Did you see what Jason Storm was wearing right there? Come on.
I know, right? I know. He's wearing like some tank top.
We're talking about a dude that comes out smacking all the brain cells out of his head. Like, just ignore that. Ignore that.
All he needs is a beer can. Put it right there.
He got a problem. That's all I'm going to say.
So let's do what I was going to say a little bit ago. Spice it up a little bit. I'm going to ask you. I want to ask your personal preference. I know you've watched some backyard wrestling other than your own company. You've watched some matches here and there. I know you got your eye on the industry out there, and somewhat. I'm sure indie matches. But for the backyard wrestling only, not WWE, AEW, indie, nothing like that, just backyard wrestlers. Do you got any dream opponents or dream matches that you would be interested or even consider doing or having?
So if I'm going to name some, I'm going to name some that are less likely to happen. So, for example, I'm not going to put you there because me and you are already talking. It could happen. So
never know. You never know.
Right. So I'm going to say, let's go Austin G from ESW.
Okay.
If anybody doesn't know who that is, you should definitely go watch him. He like the perfect personality for wrestling. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's very talented too. So him. Let's see who else. Honestly, people give him a shit, but I actually like Gage Flair.
Yeah. Oh man,
I would love to just step in the ring with someone that is basically Ric Flair, and it's like go to lock up and he hits you the whoo, piss me off.
Did you ever see mine in his match?
I don't know if I saw that one. No.
I'll send it to you.
How long ago was it?
It was in 2021 when I first got there. He was my second ever match in TBW. And before we wrestled, I won't give a big story, but before we wrestled, he had, you got any ideas of this match? And I was thinking, and I said, let's do Triple H and Ric Flair from Raw 2003. Let's have that kind of opening and go that route. Okay. And then we did it. And it was fun. I'll give him that. People give him shit because he's literally like an extracted copy of Ric Flair. But you know what?
He does it good,
I'm going to really get to wrestle Ric Flair, so I might as well wrestle the next best thing.
That's the thing, though, is he does it good, though.
Yeah.
He's got the knee pads down to his damn ankles, too. It's like, come on. Perfect. But actually, speaking of him, I like to shout out his manager, too, because that dude reminds me of Jim Cornette. I don't know if that's what he's going for.
Triple J?
I get those vibes, like old school Jim Cornette.
Funny fact, he probably hate me if I said this, or he probably would deny it, but I think he fears me because I said, when are we going to get in the ring? You're going to let me stun your ass once. He goes, I don't know about that. I don't know. He goes, you're a little intense, dude. I was like, come on.
He don't look like he really wants to take a bump these days, but he's good at being a manager.
Yeah, he is.
Let me think of the third real quick. God, this is rough. There's a dude. I don't know where the hell he's at, to be honest with you, but his name's Derek Destroyer, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think he does trampoline wrestling, but he looks like he'd be a good high flyer. So I'd like to have a match with him.
He came to TBW one weekend I wasn't there and wrestled Titan. He had a match with him, and I think Gage as well. But he's a good kid. He's got a lot of definitely has a lot of potential.
Oh yeah,
for sure. So yeah. Did you happen to see IMF and the WCE guys going at
it? Which match? Both of them? Because I think I did. I only watched one.
I only watched the tag match so far. I haven't got to watch the other one either. I was wondering what you thought of it. Jason Storm said, James, you hurt my feelings. That's a nice tank top. Hey, you know what? It's all right, bud. I get it. It is. It's a nice tank top. I apologize. And you know what? Cutter, the storm cutter or whatever he calls that versus a stunner. I wonder how that would go. That'd be pretty interesting.
I mean, he's basically doing a twist of fate stunner. So, I mean, that's up to you guys.
Yeah, in a way. Well, I don't know. There's that one I saw. He looked like he was flying like DDP in a diamond cutter type form.
He does a cutter too, yeah. He does a pretty decent cutter. I'll give it to him.
Dark Cryptic Wrestling says Gage Flair was one of mine, so that's one of his dream opponents. A lot of people say that. I get it. Gage is a good guy, though. He's humble. He's like me. I don't know if you do this. Tell me, do you ever do this? Did you ever do this when the IMF guys came? Because we'll lead to a question with that real quick. But when I go to a show and I wrestle, when I'm done, even though I know the guys, as soon as I'm done and everything's good, we cut camera. I ask everybody, hey, they're like, hey, good match, James, good match, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, were you entertained? Did I entertain you? Did it look all right? Be honest with me. And everybody's like, yeah. Gage does that too. Do you do that?
Well, I mean, as far as that 6-man tag match, pretty much everybody that was in the garage was in the match. So it's like, did we entertain each other? I don't know. But
what about the people that weren't in that was watching on the side, like the cameraman and all
that? See, the cameraman usually, he doesn't really watch wrestling, to be honest. He just literally holds the camera. Like, that's what he's good for. But as far as like other matches I've had, I have asked like our referee at the time, like me versus Jason, and I asked the referee after, like, how was it? And he's, oh, dude, this looks sweet. Like, there's no way that didn't look good. So I'm assuming that, that's kind of like that.
Well, not to try and turn your character into a character mode, but we got somebody who's already wanting to say something, and that CJ Black seems like a nice guy. I could fix that. I would drag him down to my level. We all shall be forsaken. Would you like to rebuttal?
First of all, I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy. And if you were in front of me right now, I would shove my keyboard up your ass. Okay, so back off. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be sweet today. I dressed up. Leave me alone. Don't make me go there. Please. For your own safety. Back off.
Mr. Forsaken, you might want to back down, buddy. I mean, you're more
I took my happy pill, whatever. Bro. Back the hell away.
Back the hell away, he said. He said back though. So I know the world knows a little bit about the Jack Delta issue, maybe not behind the scenes, but that he's injured, he's kind of taking a break, maybe he's done, who knows. But besides all the negativity when it comes to that, was there a match you ever had with him that you actually enjoyed?
I can't say that I have, because I didn't get to have a match with him, which is the reason I was so pissed every time he quits.
Yeah, understandable.
As soon as some shit's about to happen where it's me versus him, oh, I gotta quit. Bitch, next question. I'm gonna go off on this match.
Next question. There you go. Dark Cryptorissa said left my hands off. You're great, CJ.
I know.
Can we get an update on the status of PWF? I guess that's extorted towards me. But
I believe it's relaunching this week, is what I heard.
Yes.
James Taylor.
PWF is going to be returning this weekend, actually. So stay tuned. Should be Saturday at 6 or 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be sure to watch that. That is my 2K eFed League. And anybody that's interested in joining it, by all means, even you, CJ Blake, if you ever get bored, everybody's welcome there. We do promos. I do promo school in there for people who struggle with doing promos. Or if some guys, maybe you just want to sharpen your skills. Hell, CJ, if you ever wanted to, if you have a Discord, hit me up. Let me know. If you get bored one day, you want to go in there and just talk some shit. Trust me, these guys love it, and that's how they learn. So there you go.
You made yourself a 97 overall?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I should be 96, 97. No? It's been a while since I've looked at it, honestly. I think it was 95. I think it was 95. I don't do the freaking 100, though. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. 95's pushing it. I'm a 95. If I'm a 95, you need to be like 87.
Yeah, that's close. But you see, I was originally born in 84. So maybe I could do 84. I mean, I could go 84 and I'd still beat you, but that's all right.
Turn that pin escape as far down as you can, because me and you, it's over for you.
Yeah, we'll just let the computer go, see how it turns out. That'd be great. We should check that out. Hey, I know that you're a big fan and that you wanted to play with my character on there. I know you play as James Taylor, and you teamed him up with CJ Black. All you gotta do is just screen record it, put it on the YouTube. Let's watch it.
That's what you should do. You're the one uploading all of your video games, man.
Hey, that's what I'm pretty good at, according to the Penguin himself. Jason Storm said, "I love talking shit."
He loves eating shit.
He loves eating shit. There you go. So we'll get close to wrapping it up because I know that you're on a very busy schedule, Mr. CJ Black. But is there any questions that you have for me or for anybody that might be watching it, or is there anything you'd like to just go ahead and talk about or plug or any of that good jazz before I ask you like one of my last questions?
I'd like to shout out a couple people that never really get recognized.
Okay.
One, my brother C Money, because he is pretty damn good. He'll pick up on stuff. The thing with him though, he's got to get into the promos, man. You got to show people who you are. That's a big part of wrestling, and you just got to get into it. And another one, nobody really talks about him, and I don't know why. Jason mentioned him on your show. JX, like he's a big member of the community, really talented dude, and a good guy. Good guy.
A good guy.
But yeah, no, he's really talented. He's safe as hell, and I don't understand why people don't talk about him. Like I never hear his name. I don't understand why. So shout out to you. You're welcome.
There you go. Big old shout out. Definitely giving it. And that's
I can't do it. I can't do it. I hate those two people. Oh my god. I can't
that was too much for you, huh?
Oh, almost had a heart. Ugh.
May all watching have a great week. Enjoy life. MRF call night. Oh, okay. There you go. Whatever that means. But hey, have a good night, Mr. Dave C. Thank you for attending. Thank you for be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't, and share it with all your buddies. So I want to ask you, Mr. Black, and that is for his rookie year, your thoughts on Jason Storm. I mean, he first got into it. You talked about how he took that first bump, and how is it on that first bump compared to where he's at today in just under a year? What are your thoughts on that? How fast he's evolved?
It's funny because I have like one of his first bumps saved on my phone when we were practicing, and it's just I don't even know how to describe it.
You should do some total heel shit and just post that on Instagram.
I mean, the dude, God, I don't want to put him over that much, but he's a natural. He is. He picked it up so quick, especially the character work. Dude, in our first match, he comes out there screaming and let's go. I'm like, oh God, chill. I got to go out there and be kind of scared of you. So just you're doing a good job. Whew. And as far as the moves go, like he's safe as hell too. He's not as gifted as me, obviously, but whatever.
Whatever. You got to put yourself over.
Exactly.
Put yourself over. Yes.
All right, so I do have a question for you.
I got an answer.
Your favorites you made pretty clear: Stone Cold, Triple H, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of favorites. I'm also big Ric Flair fan. I loved watching Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair have matches. I loved watching Ric Flair and Sting have matches back in the early '90s. Some of my favorites, Dusty Rhodes. I mean, the list really could go on, but if it was to be the ultimate that made me say I want to do it and somehow be like them, would be Austin and Triple H, and mold them together. You get me. So,
all right. So let's play a little game. Knowing how I am, I don't think you'll ever guess who my two favorites were as a kid. So we're talking between, we'll say, the early or late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, late '90s, early 2000s. Okay, so let's start with is it WCW or WWE?
It was definitely WWF. Not
okay. Well, yeah. Well, you get it. Yeah, WWE.
No, I just mean like
World
definitely
Wrestling
not WCW.
Federation.
Right.
Was he a WWF champion?
At the time, no. Well, one of the guys, no.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, like, okay. Well, one of the guys never was a WWF champion in their career.
Eventually, he was, but at that time, no.
Okay, I'm not worried about the time. I just want to know if the two guys were ever a WWF champion. So they have been, right?
Yes.
Okay. So big time main eventers.
One more than the other, for sure.
Okay. Did one of them? Were they best as a heel or a face?
One was definitely best as a heel. One was definitely best as a face. Like even to this day, one of them still wrestles, and he's a baby face over everywhere he goes.
Okay, so this is the late '90s.
Late '90s, yeah, for sure.
They both were in the late '90s.
Yes. All right. Look, I'll tell you one.
No. I want to guess.
Okay.
I want to guess. I want to guess for you because
Well,
you said
I don't know how I can give you a hint for the first one without telling you basically who it is.
Yeah. Okay.
One of them.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
What's his signature? What's his signature? Not his finisher. His signature.
that'll give it away.
Okay. Was it Shawn Michaels? Was Shawn
Okay,
Michaels?
there's one. There's one.
Okay.
That's
So,
97 was one of my favorite years because of Sean.
I love
Sean and Brett.
97. Yeah.
Okay. So
So obviously he's not wrestling. He stopped wrestling in 2010.
right.
You said there's someone that's still wrestling now that wrestled from back then.
Yeah. This
Edge.
was late 90s.
Edge.
Close, but no, and not Christian either, but like in that area.
Is he in WWE today?
No.
He's in AEW.
Yep. Oh God. He's getting it. The gears are turning. Say who?
William Regal?
No.
Shit.
Here, I'll give you a big hint. Look at the colors around our name, and maybe that'll help you. Maybe not.
It wasn't The Undertaker.
I mean, that would have been good too, but no. All right, I'll just tell you. Screw it. It's Jeff Hardy. All right, there, I said it.
Hardy. Jeff Hardy. Okay. So Shawn Michaels.
I don't know why, but as a kid,
I don't see CJ Black doing any swantons.
Exactly. That's why it's so weird. But as a kid, that was my absolute favorite. When I was doing backyard wrestling as a kid, I would have the glow paint on and the UV light shining, and just like I don't know why.
Dude, when I first did it, I literally played two characters. I came out. My first name was Kazuya Taylor because I'm a big fan of Tekken, Kazuya Mishima. So I was Kazuya Taylor, and that character was Triple H. I came out to the music, I did the water, and then my other character was Dan Taylor, and that was my Stone Cold gimmick. So I did the pedigree and I did the stunner. But then it was like, man, this is stupid. I still look the same. One character, I'm wearing a hat to try and throw it off. The other, I'm like, my hair's out. So I'm just like, you know what?
Oh, there's Dan. There he is.
Yeah, there we go. I just did that. He said MFR is medical first responder. He said, you made Triple J tear up. There's the good guy and best friend, CJ Black.
Damn right. I ain't even mad that you guys landed on me in our match. It's fine. I'm not mad about it.
See, he's
water under the bridge.
He tripped.
Yeah.
That's all
Jason
it was.
Storm tripped them, but it's fine. It's fine.
That's why you were about to throw up, wasn't it? Deja vu. I said the same thing Friday night. So, well, there it is. Do you think? I know we're about ready to wrap it up. You probably got about 15 minutes, right? Something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Do you think we will ever see CJ Black and Jason Storm for the world title again?
Versus Jason Storm?
Yeah.
I mean, I got this battle royal coming up that I'm going to win, so most likely, yes.
Most likely.
I'd say 99.9%. That's what you're going to see. I highly doubt anybody else is going to throw me over the top rope. I'm going to hold on for dear life if they try. So good luck.
Well, there you go. Tell me real quick. We're about to wrap it up. So when them IMF guys came, their style compared to yours, what was that like trying to adjust to that? Was it easy, or did you feel like, hey, this is my kingdom now? Here's these guys. They're coming here to support me, be my friend. But out of character, was it like, I can't wait to show. I want to show these guys some stuff. Or did you test them? What was that like? If you could share that with me.
Their style, I would say, is more of like brawlers, hard hitters. You know, they're big guys. They're intimidating. And if you step up to them, it looks like they'll punch you in the face. And if you watch the match, you'll see all the punches, all the chops. I'm glad I didn't have to take one. That's all I'm going to say. But, I mean, from what I hear, Soldier GP throws the hardest chop. So I was on the right team. So that's good.
Yeah.
As far as like training with them and stuff, I took some advice of somebody. I kind of wish I didn't, but like basically just the advice was to let people do their own thing. So I did show them the way like a collar and elbow tie up goes and an Irish whip. And that's it. I just let them do them.
Nice.
Definitely though, I would love to train more with everybody. So like when we all get together. It's like we can call a spot and just know what's going on.
Oh,
Everybody knows how to give and take the move safely.
Yeah. Dude, I think we'd have a hell of a match together. But one thing I would definitely like to do, because I do it with everybody. I'm the same way. When I first meet somebody, even when I did Jack Delta, I was like, okay, I want to lock up with you, and I want to fill you out, and you fill me out, so we know exactly what we're about, and then just go about it from there, and then talk about the match. And yeah, I think me and you could. I think we would be able to sync perfectly with that, and we could tell a good story for sure.
I mean, you're welcome to come here. I'd come to you, but I don't think you want to pay for my flight, hotel, limo, and food. So
That wouldn't be up to me. That'd be up to TBW or wherever I go. So
well, just message me for the Cash App and we'll make it happen. It's that simple.
There you go. There you go. Omen Black said his big forehead was so distracting it blinded me, and plus whoever was running the lights were clicking them on and off, and the dog was barking.
The dog,
and
yeah.
My fish. I was busy folding the dishes because I was busy, but it was Jason's fault.
Oh, no doubt. All true. All true. I could vouch for that too. I heard that dog and I was like, shut up. It's all good.
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up right here. I'm gonna let you have the floor if you want to say anything else. You want to call anybody out? You want to throw some shade on somebody? You want to prop somebody? You say whatever you want, and we'll go from there, boss man. Oh, and Soldier said, I do hit hard. I don't know, Soldier, because if I wanted to throw shade towards you myself, I'd just say I think you kind of hold back on your punches because they didn't impress James Taylor. But hey, that's another story.
Damn.
You don't hit like I do, kid. See, I'm from a different time era, and when I give a right hand, I give a right hand to knock someone's jaw out. That's what I'll do. Go ahead. Don't worry about me, though, CJ. I apologize.
No, you're good. All right, so since we still got you here on my show,
there you go.
Is there anything that you've seen of me that you think I should fix?
Seen of you?
Yeah. Because I also think my strikes are pretty good, pretty believable, in my opinion.
They're good. You like to use those elbows a lot.
I do.
What I notice. Okay, so if I was to, you got it down. You and Jason, you got it down. You got this is about you. You got the storytelling down. You love to show the skill. You're kind of like some people I know where they want to show their skill level on their knowledge of what they're doing, like the lockups, the takeovers, all that good stuff. I'd like to see some intensity. I'd like to see you going like you starting to, like you're running to the ring and you're going all out and you're about to tear their head off. Like you are, you know how Jason going out there going, not like that. No. I see you being something like a CM Punk, going out there. You're pissed off, but you're going to show and you're just going to constantly lay into them. You're going to be running, jumping off the turnbuckle, whatever. You're just going to be all over their ass, not really trying to show the takeovers. You're wanting to show the physicality. I'd like to see the strikes, of course. I want to see a little more intensity. I think you're just fine the way you are, but you could always be better. I could always be better.
Absolutely.
I know I could always be better. One thing I've started doing now when it comes to selling, I love, because I'm now used to it, getting clotheslined over the top rope. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love somebody to knock my ass over the top rope.
Don't think I can do that, so kudos to you.
So, hey, you never know. I could teach you if you don't know how to do it.
I've never been good going backwards. I don't know about that one.
Well, that's the magic of the trampoline. See, back in the day of the trampoline, I used to do backflips on it all the time, over and over again.
See, as far as bringing the intensity, I think in that match against Jacob Collins you watched, I think I had a little bit of a mean streak in that one.
You did.
It depends on who I'm going against, because CJ Black, he's kind of a coward sometimes, all right? Not me.
It. Oh, I totally get it. Well, while you're the heel, you doing the heel stuff, that's golden. And I got to give you props on something that it made me think of like some Ric Flair shit. It made me think of some really, really dirty heel stuff, but I'll never get it out of my head because it's so hilarious. It was when he was getting in the ring and you kicked them ropes And the referee's like, "What are you doing?" And Jason, and you're like,
I was springboarding.
I was springboard.
I slipped.
I just died laughing.
Accidents happen, man.
I was like, wow, that was a springboard. I'm just like, and you were like so serious about it. Now that was golden. So
that was an honest attempt at a springboard. I'm not AJ Styles, all right? That's my bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep practicing.
If you keep practicing that springboard, it'll definitely work out. James, you are a good guy too, and I enjoy the room. It's really nice looking, and I bet you have a framed picture of Steve by your bed so you can kiss before bed every night. Steve. I know he's.
I think I know what he's talking about here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
See,
I said I'm not gonna say it. What? I'm not gonna say it.
God. I know. I mean, I don't really see any Steve pictures anywhere.
Yellow.
But hey, it is what it is. I mean, I know he's probably got a picture of me hanging on his wall. I know he's a big fan.
That's true. He has FaceTime in his room. Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're a good guy. Oh, yeah. You know these things.
So did you catch the 6-man tag that we've been talking about a little bit?
Yeah, that 6-man tag that with Captain Law and y'all. I watched the whole match.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So the story of that for me was supposed to be basically kind of like Survivor Series 01, how Shane O'Mac would keep going in and out of the ring, getting his licks and escaping. I was like, dude, like that was, I told you the 2 VHS tapes I had back in the day. Those were my 2 wrestling DVDs. I had Survivor Series 01 and No Mercy 01.
That's probably
watch those on repeat. Yeah. So I was a big fan of that. So I wanted to incorporate that a little bit. And so I'd make excuses like, oh, I'm not wrestling. I'll tag out. Somebody go for a pin. I come in, punch the shit out of Jason, basically escape, unharmed.
Yeah.
And then eventually I get caught and I take the worst beating of the match. I get spine busted. My partners try coming in to save me. They get tripped on me, both of them. One's 300 pounds, one's 385 pounds. I'm taking oh God. Then here comes Jason off the ropes, running senton. Tags in Jacob Collins, frog splash. Captain Law. I take it all. It hurt. So that's basically all I did all match was get my ass beat right there. And then at the very end, my partners take care of Captain Law, about to go for the win. I want the tag. I go in there, get the pin. 1, 2, 3. I did that shit.
Yeah. You have them do all the dirty work. But the funny thing that I noticed too was that it's like Soldier kept trying to tag you back in. You're like,
Yeah, I can't wrestle right now. My back hurts.
He's like, I'm a little bit injured right now. We got a little bit of comments. He said, because that's not your bedroom. If this isn't my bedroom, if this isn't my office, then why the hell am I in here? He's got a life-size Austin in his living room. Okay.
Speaking of that, if you ever have that blow up with a Stone Cold, I think you put some water in it or something in the bottom. You know what I'm talking about?
I actually never did. I did have the foam finger though.
I don't know who it was in my family, but somebody dressed up for him as Halloween in the 90s. I remember that. They had like the kid's costume.
It's all right for these guys to be jealous. I mean, Soldier, you could talk all the trash you want, but and I know both that my stunner's way better than yours. So
wait, I got to give him credit though. They were practicing, him and Jacob Collins, and he hit him with the most hellacious stunner. And I wish I recorded it. The one in the match was decent, but the one in practice was like, holy shit, are you okay? Like, I was actually scared for Jacob. As he's laying there like this.
He's like,
on fire.
Titan says, have y'all ever watched Heels on Stars? CJ kind of gives me a Jack Spade vibe, also with the character.
I have not.
I haven't watched it yet either. I've heard of it, but I have not.
Speaking of the character, you want to hear the inspiration for the character? That'd be fun, huh?
Yeah. What is that inspiration for good old CJ Black?
Think about when you're telling somebody a story, complaining about somebody. You're always in the right. The other person's always the piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
You're the good guy in the story. That is 100% where I'm coming from. I also think back to my ex-girlfriend. Dated her for 4 years. Turns out she cheated on me the whole time. But I bet when she tells the story of our relationship, I was a piece of shit. But as far as like, I'm the good guy, that came from you ever seen The Other Guys?
Yes.
Okay, so when they arrest David Kershaw and the bodyguards are trying to get him back or something like that, and he's like, no, wait, they're the good guys. So I love that movie, so I had to bring that into like, I'm the good guy.
Dude, you should pull some like Martin Lawrence from Bad Boys 2. I don't know if you ever watched Bad Boys or not. But do you remember? Did you ever watch Bad Boys 2?
Yeah.
Do you remember the end when they're in Mexico and they're right there at the border and they got him? He goes, "Put your guns on them. I live in this country. I pay my motherfucking taxes." He should do some shit like that.
Hey, speaking of Martin Lawrence, you ever seen National Security?
Yes, I have.
I remember seeing that in theaters. That was a good ass movie too. I think it's underrated. I don't think enough people have seen it.
It's actually good. I have seen that because I'm a fan of him. Painmaker coming in saying, "Old man Taylor at it again. Good thing for keeping the Nemesis sessions for a backup plan." Whatever.
It just does not like you.
He's such a bastard. The Soldier GP. I can't wait till we meet in the ring, and he wants to meet you in the ring.
I don't think so. I don't think this is about me.
Oh,
I'm getting a feeling.
I don't know. I mean, the guy can't even afford a little icon or a little avatar for his character, his little thing.
Pay for a picture, man. Come on.
I know. It don't take hard to do one. He goes, "Love."
Gotta go to Pictures R Us and download one. Come on now.
He said, "No, you, Taylor." Soldier, it's all good, kid. Just watch my matches. You'll get an idea of what it's like. And I promise when we get in the ring, when we finally do get in the ring, it'll be, I'll give you 30 seconds. You just lay down 1, 2, 3. It's over. That's all it's going to take. You know that, CJ. I'm sure you've watched. I mean, you've watched how Soldier GP, I know he's your friend. I get it. But you see, you called the wrong guy. You called the wrong guy your best friend. See, if you had called me, you wouldn't have to worry about a damn thing ever again. Because
could you have picked up Captain Law though?
Could I have picked up Captain Law? Have you not
he's
seen?
Probably 3 bills too. I don't know.
What does he weigh? About 320?
Maybe something like that. But they did it for me, so I didn't give a shit. But I got the pin. That's what matters. I did that shit.
Did you not see that 360-pound guy I picked up?
It depends on who you're talking about.
This one. See that? That dude's 6'4", 360, and I just picked him up to prove a point. So Soldier GP and Omen Black ain't gonna be no problem for James.
Not bad. That dude actually, I forget his name, but he had some potential too. I saw his match with Delta, and I think I definitely saw that match with the.
So fun fact, he is
an indie worker.
He went indie. He's an indie guy. He was just about to start TVW, but the indies already called him, so he went ahead and went there. He already had training. He already knew what he was about to do. So.
Because see, with most backyarders, they don't really understand the collar and elbow tie-up. And I was watching him at Delta. I'm like, that's actually not that bad. Like, all right, I'll keep watching.
There it is. Joshua Allen only has Ledger. He wouldn't be nothing without him, or even me when I trusted that Snake when I was the world champion. Ooh. And that looks like they're going at it. Snake, don't get me started on your American.
They read in his voice, though.
Oh, Snake, don't get me started on you, American Dragon. I can't sound like the Penguin. I just don't get it. I can't do it.
You want to talk about snakes, old man?
TBW would never without myself and the Anarchy King. Whatever that is. So there you go. So,
I would like to shout out one more thing, though. I don't know if you're wrapping up or not, but I want to get this out there.
Yeah, go.
So how can I say this without giving away too much? I don't travel that much. That's pretty well known. For reasons that are my business. If you want to know, screw off. You're not going to know. But I did agree to something recently. I'm not going to say who it's for. I'm not going to say who I'm going against. But the person I am going against has wrestled on a show. I'm not going to name it. But they do have 1 million subscribers, this show. And this guy also has a pretty decent following. So the fact that I'm booked to wrestle this man, it's a pretty big vote of confidence, and it humbled me a little bit. I'm proud of it.
I have an idea of who it is, so good for you. That's congratulations. But you probably live closer to them than we do. So
I'm not going to this place. I'm just wrestling somebody that has wrestled at this 1 million subscriber fed.
How are you wrestling him if you're not going there? Is he coming to you?
It's going to be a mutual meetup spot. It sounds kind of weird, but
a mutual meetup, like a half.
Men looking for men on Craigslist. Don't worry about
it. Well, hey, when can we possibly see this mutual agreement matchup?
This might be sometime in the spring of next year. So
I might have to make an appearance too.
you might know the show. You probably got invited to it. I don't know.
I've never been
It's
invited
not
to.
Summer Bash.
I know the show, but I've never been invited to it.
Ah, okay. It's not Summer Bash though. It's something else. But
yeah, I know.
you know how it goes though. Card subject to change. It might change. But
How were you contacted? Were you contacted through Instagram? Or did you reach out to them?
I was reached out about it, and previously too. I was just like, I don't know. And then the we'll call him the booker or the promoter. He's basically like, listen, I got this guy for you. I had no idea who he was because I don't watch backyard wrestling like that. But I looked him up. I'm like, wow. And apparently the dude's like pretty much indie now too. So it's like, that's pretty sweet, man. That feels good because that's all I ever wanted, honestly, was to prove that I could do better. And in my eyes, that kind of proves it. Like people are booking me in a match like that.
There you go. So then, I guess they're gonna pay for your hotel and limo and all that, then, huh?
Oh, that's happening. Yeah, that's Heyman approved. I ain't sending it back if he backs out. So
there you go.
And that limo was pricey. I got the Hummer limo. I didn't give a shit.
Oh shit! What color?
Purple.
Purple. Yeah,
you're going off the color
you're looking at right now. Yeah. Okay. There you go then. So CJ Black, stay tuned, ladies and germs. I'm definitely gonna put a link to your Instagram if you want here in the description below, and also ROEW, so that way everybody here can check out the good guy CJ Black and everything that he's about, his tactics and his best friends and all that. Wait to see a campfire video with you and your best friends. I ain't seen it yet, but
yeah, follow me at goodguy_CJ Black. For some reason, I don't have more followers than Jason Storm, which makes zero sense to me. So go ahead and make that number climb for me. Thanks. We're like neck and neck right now, but like, why do I not have more? It's ridiculous.
Hey, just keep doing what you're doing because it's going to start climbing. I promise you that. So, Mr. CJ Black, I want to thank you for coming on here for sure. Maybe we'll have you again someday if it's not too pricey next time. But then again, maybe sometime in the future, when I start doing my traveling, whenever I get more of these YouTube checks coming in, then yeah, you might see Taylor knocking on the ROEW door and saying, "Who wants some?"
Oh damn! Hey, do me a favor. Turn to your left. Give us a side profile real quick.
Oh,
straight to your left. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Keep going. We gotta do this?
No, just keep going. Keep going.
What about this way?
Go ahead. Face me, mother. Face me. I dare you. Turn. Come on. Face me.
Is this right? Wait.
Yeah, face that way. There you go.
Is that right?
Yeah, you look at me right in the eyes. You and me in the ring, one thing's going to happen. Lights out, and you're gurgling your own blood, bitch. Yeah, how'd that feel? Wipe your eyeball. Both of them.
Oh,
windshield wipers.
You know, you're lucky that I can't reach to the screen because if I could, it'd be like Homer Simpson choking his son. So it'd be like, why?
Well, thankfully, my dad did that my whole life, so I'm fine with it. I'm just kidding. My dad was a good guy.
Well, you know what? Me and you are gonna have a beard match. The loser gets their beard shaved. How about that?
Shit.
Yeah.
No,
I might even trim your stupid little eyebrows for just shit and giggles too. Hey, you'd look all right, all clean shaven. For a good guy, you should be more sharp.
This is perfect. What are you talking about?
I would like to.
You don't think I look cute?
The good guy CJ Black versus Gage Flair. First, though, it has to be a promo to promo battle in the ring. Y'all just talking your shit, and then the matchup, it would be freaking golden. That'd be hilarious. Let's see who the true dirtiest player of the game is.
Man, I will flick his pee-pee. I swear that is my thing. I do a pee-pee flick out of this world.
What about the Painmaker? He said, "How dare you disrespect me, old man?" That's how he sounds, I think. I think I did it right. You think I did it right?
That was pretty good.
Need to hook up CJ with my suit guy. Ooh,
I got a suit, man. It's just hot, man. It's hot in here. I'm not about to put on that jacket.
There you go. We gotta make sure you get it purple too.
Oh God, yeah.
So
you still got some spit in your eye from earlier, by the way.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna save it. You know, I'm never gonna wash this eye again. The CJ Black spit in my face.
Virtually. First time ever happened. You're welcome.
What was that bullshit that he said earlier to me? Omen Black always got to talk his trash. Anyways, I saw things that says it's all good, kid. I don't want to blow smoke up your ass. I respect you, something 316, blah blah blah. Your friends are pretty nasty and mean to me. They actually hurt my feelings, CJ. Can you please talk to them? Because I mean, I thought we were friends, man.
Yeah, I'll help you out real quick. Guys, leave him alone. He's getting hurt. Stop.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Nemesis Sessions. My awesome guest today has been Mr. CJ Black, ROEW exclusive superstar, I believe. He's really good with the thumb. I think I'm a little bit better. But hey, nonetheless, be sure to go check this man out. Check out his Instagram, link down in the description below. And we will catch your asses down the road for sure. Isn't that right, Mr. CJ?
We sure will.
And you know why, right?
Because there can be no other way. Did I do it right?
That's gimmick infringement, but yes, you got it right. Thank you so much, and we will see you all in the next podcast.